Hey guys, Skis here, back with another Bitcoin video. So Bitcoin currently at around 86.9K. We've been moving up in a nice uptrend for about like 2 weeks now. We're finding resistance where we expected to find resistance, which is at around 89K. And I think there's a few reasons why this is going to be pretty strong resistance, and that I honestly think we're going to get rejected off of it. We could push through it, but I still think we might get rejected off of it here and come back down to this box here, which we talked about in the last video, which is ranging from around 67 to 74. And then we can bottom here, and then, we're going to be moving up again after that. But a few reasons why I think this is going to be pretty strong resistance. One, it's just the bottom of the range that we were in for around like 2.5 months here. And it acted as such good support for a long time, right? Like Bitcoin really was just down here and it would just get a nice bounce from it. And then once we lost it, we did try coming back up. This was when Trump tweeted about crypto. But not even Trump tweeting about crypto could bring it back into it, right? We just got rejected immediately, came down to around 76K. And then now we're just getting another bounce. And it's acting as resistance, which is what we would expect, right? Because it was such strong support here. So we have the resistance from that. And then we also have the bull market support band. I'm going to switch to the weekly. And you can see where the bull market support band is. It's actually bigger than the box, right? The bull market support band is going from around 88.3 to 94.6. And you can see we're actually just wicked off of it so far in this week. I mean, we still have like a few days left this week. So we'll see how the rest of it plays out. But what I've noticed with Bitcoin, at least in this cycle, is if we do lose the bull market support band, we usually do come to retest it. And then we actually get rejected off of it, put in a lower low than the previous low, and then we can come back and try fighting with it again, and then we can get a move up. And so what I mean by that, let's just look through from the beginning of this bull market, which was all the way back in the beginning of 2023. You can actually see it's been acting pretty good as support when we do come to it, at least the first time. So support here, support again here, and then you can see in the summer of 2023, it did fall below it. And then what happened is on this week right here, we came to it, got rejected. And when we got rejected, we did end up going lower. We eventually went lower here than this low. So we got rejected, came down, came up, got rejected, put in a lower low. Then we came back to it again. We actually got rejected on this week, but then we tried again the week after, and then we struggled with it for a little bit, and then we got the move up. And then you can actually see again, we didn't quite reach it here, but it was pretty close. It probably would have acted as support if we did. And then we actually reached it right here, perfectly acted as support again. And this was in April of 2024. And what happened during this period, when we finally did lose it here, we actually came up and faked out. In this case, we actually faked above it. So it didn't get rejected, but it did like basically fake us out, similar to rejection. I mean, we still ended up going lower, right? So we came down, put in a low, faked above it, and then when we got rejected again, we put in a lower low than the first low, and then we tried coming up again, and we failed again. So the second rejection was really, it didn't actually go lower than this one here. It was higher, and then we finally got above it, held it for a bit here nicely, and then we got the move up that took us to the all-time high. So now that we did lose the bull market support band, you can actually see, at least in this bull cycle, or this bull market, this cycle, when we did lose it, we typically came back to retest it, and then we put in a lower low. So if this is going to be the retest, maybe, even next week, maybe we can still come up. I mean, this goes all the way up to 94.9K. So you can actually even wick below it or fake above it, right? Like it did here. So we can actually still go higher, but I think that we will get rejected eventually and put in a lower low than this low, which would then be, I think it's going to be in this box. And this box is pretty significant because it's the previous high, like the previous all-time high that we couldn't get above for like 7 months. And you can see just how much it held as resistance here. So I know for a fact it's going to be very strong support if we do come to it. But why I drew it all the way down to 67 is because this is where Trump got elected. This was the price of Bitcoin. Let's go back to the daily. This is the price of Bitcoin when Trump got elected, which was right here. So Bitcoin was around 67K the day, he ended up getting elected. And most assets aren't like Bitcoin because you can see Bitcoin is way higher still than the election, right? Like Bitcoin is actually still up 28%. That's still pretty good. A lot of assets aren't. Like Ethereum, for example, you can only see, I drew it here, it's lower. This was where it was when he got elected, and we're actually much lower than it right now. We're 16% lower, and we actually went even lower at one point. If we take a look at the S&P, again, much lower. We're actually at it right now. Like today's price is actually at it right now, which is a coincidence, but we went lower than it a few days ago. So we went 3.6% lower than it. So you can see like these assets, a lot of them have actually gone lower, but Bitcoin hasn't gone lower yet. And I actually don't think it'll go lower, but I wouldn't be surprised if it came back to retest it and give back all the gains from Trump's election win, give it all back, and then, maybe consolidate for a bit and then get the push up. Because I still am expecting Bitcoin to go to new all-time highs in 2025. And I still think we will get alt season somehow. Because it doesn't really feel like it, I know. But I still think alt season will come when Bitcoin is, at those new all-time highs. But I think that we're going to have to go down a bit lower before that. And the third confluence of this of this resistance is you can kind of see this trend line between all these previous highs that have just been under. Like Bitcoin's kind of been under this line, and I think it's been acting pretty good as resistance, and so far it's acting as resistance again. And it's basically like they're all like right in this area right here, like all three of them. So that's why I think there's a lot of resistance here. If we can like get above it, see the problem is even if we get above the this trend line, the white line, then we have this area and the bull market support band to get through. So it's like it's a lot. I don't know if Bitcoin has what it takes to get through it right now, and that's why I think we're gonna come down for a bit. But obviously, I don't know what's gonna happen in April. I mean, Q1's almost over. Q2 might be a different story. But that's kind of how I'm feeling about Bitcoin right now. So what I think, may happen, maybe Bitcoin comes down, in April, finds like a little bit of a bottom here. And then going into the summer, we start getting the reversal. And then like in the summer, we kind of just do nothing and stall. And then towards the end of the summer, we start getting the move up towards at the end of the year. Like it's going to take a while. Like Bitcoin, I don't think Bitcoin is just going to like go straight up. I think it's going to just take a while and I think it'll happen this year, but it's not going to just, go straight up only. Because Bitcoin, especially in this cycle, has just been so boring. Like 80% of the time, Bitcoin is just absolutely boring. It's just when it does this move right here, or this move right here, or like this move right here. Those are the only times it's interesting. Everything else is kind of just boring, sideways, doing nothing. But when it does move up, it's really exciting. So Hey guys, those are my thoughts on Bitcoin. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.